Good morning, ma'am and fellow classmates. My name is Maria Jezebel P. Extra, and today I will be leading first our demonstration on instructional strategies for social studies. I encourage everyone to participate and ask questions throughout the demonstration. You can use the chat function or unmute your microphone to raise your hand. Have you ever wondered how the best classroom combine learning new things with lively discussions? Many students perceive social study as a boring subject. Perhaps one reason that can be cited for this perception is that many educators rely too much on lectures as a primary way of teaching the subject to their students. While this strategy has its merits, given the breadth of the content, it is important for teachers to acknowledge that there is a wide array of teaching strategies that will not only make social studies more fun for students, but will also hone their critical thinking, affective, and psychomotor skills. So imagine na ay duha ka teacher. So hinganlan nato ni silang si Teacher Bam and Teacher Mark, teaching a lesson about the economy of their region. So in delivering the lesson about the region's economy, si Teacher Bam enumerated the different products and industries that are present in their area and nearby provinces. He listed this on the board and asked the students to copy it. He wrapped up the lesson by stating that their economy is dependent on their natural resources. On the other hand po, in tackling the same topic, si Teacher Mark asked the students to give examples of products and industries that are found in their hometown. So he encouraged students to recite and write their answer on the board. He also provided an activity that asked students to list 5 of their region's resources and explain how this affects people's livelihood. At the end of the lesson, he asked students to summarize the important points and generate a conclusion based on their discussions. So base sa ato ang masabtan sa scenario, si Teacher Bam and Teacher Mark tackled the same lesson but they implemented different instructional strategies. Teacher Bam utilized a lecture while Teacher Mark preferred a discussions. So in your opinion, which of the two teachers deliver better instruction for elementary pupils and why? Okay, so both the lecture and discussion have a strong and weak points when implemented in the classroom. To get the best of both strategies, educators suggest the utilization of the lecture discussion. So diri na namugna ang lecture discussion. So today, we'll explore the lecture discussion strategies where information meets active participation. So by the end of this session, you'll be able to discuss lecture discussion as an instructional strategies, explain how lecture discussion is used in elementary social study instructions, and develop a lesson plan that uses lecture discussion in elementary social studies. So get ready to learn about lecture discussion and share your thoughts. So let's see how these instructional strategies can spark curiosity and deeper understanding. So now, let's get to know kung unsa si lecture discussion. Kaya nakaibalo naman tano kung unsa ang lecture and of course, ang discussion. So what is lecture discussion? So lecture discussion is perhaps the most widely used instructional strategies across all grade levels and subjects areas. So basically, ang kaning lecture discussion is a common teaching method used in many classrooms, regardless of the age group or subject being taught. And also, lecture discussion also called teacher-led instruction or classroom discussion. So these are just other names for the same strategies. So lecture discussion also is a strategy under the direct instructional model or instruction model. So this means the teacher plays a central role in presenting information. So lecture discussion falls under this broader category because the teacher initiates the learning with a focused presentation. Lecture discussion also is preferred by many teachers to veer away from the negative connotation of a lecture. So the teacher dominates the discussion while the students are only seen as a passive recipients of information and recitation. The lecture discussion strategy also is founded on the cognitive theory of education. So basically say that the lecture discussion strategy aligns well with the cognitive theory because the lecture part provides a foundation of knowledge for students to work with, while the discussion parts allow students to actively process and make sense of that information through interaction and participation. So this makes them more than just passive listener and turns them into active participants in their own learning. Okay, in short, lecture discussion helps students move beyond memorizing facts and encourage them to think critically about the material. So under this strategy, students explore ideas and concepts, develop lower order and higher order thinking skills. It engage in problem solving and group decision making and develop informed opinion based on experience. So the lecture discussion strategy is applicable in many content areas in social studies, particularly in explaining new concepts, ideas, phenomena, and historical events. So this means the strategies can be used for various topics within social studies. Okay, we already know man kung unsa si lecture discussion, so let's explore the 4 key steps that guide teachers in effectively delivering information and fostering students' participation. So mao ni siya ang 4 steps para ma-achieve ang lecture discussions. Okay, the first step is the introduction. So the teacher begins the lesson by providing a motivation activity, presenting the objectives, and giving an overview of the topic. So here's what the teacher might do. So first, jud maghatag siya ng motivation activity. So para ma-capture ang student interest, so dapat na ay game, questions, or real-world example na mo relate kapod sa topic. And then, presenting objectives. So, clearly state what students will learn by the end of the lesson. So, mao'y pinaka-importante, no? And then, the topic overview. So, briefly introduce the main ideas student will explore. Okay, the second step is presentation of the lesson. So, this is where the teacher dives deeper into the content. So, here are some key techniques. So, question and answer techniques. So, engage student by asking open-ended questions that prompt them to think critically. And then, visual organizer. So, utilize charts, diagrams, or images to present information in a visually appealing way that aids understanding. The third step is comprehension monitoring. So, the teacher checks students' understanding through different strategies of formative assessment. So here are some strategies. So formative assessment, use quick check like exit tickets, mga short quizzes to assess student understanding through the lesson. So this allows the teachers to adjust their approach if needed. The last step is the integration and closure. So this helps students solidify their learning and connect it to bigger ideas. So here's what a teacher might do. So summarize. So have students summarize the key points of the lesson in their own words and then synthesize. So encourage students to connect the lesson to prior knowledge or real-world experiences. Then evidence-based conclusion. So ask students to draw conclusion based on the information presented in the lesson. So, kay nakahibalo naman tano kung unsa ang mga steps sa lecture discussion. So, now, let's get to know na pod kung unsa ang mga advantage sa lecture discussion. Okay, while there are many educators who warn against the use of direct instruction strategies, lecture discussion is beneficial if used in moderation. So, it acknowledged that some educators criticize direct instruction methods like lecturing for not being engaging enough for students. However, it argues that lecture discussion, which combines lecturing with discussion, can be a valuable teaching tool if used appropriately. So the key is to strike a balance between teacher presentation and student participation. So first, it is easy to implement and can be applied in almost all content areas in social studies. So this highlights two key advantages of the lecture discussion strategies for social studies teachers. So easy to implement. So lecture discussion doesn't require a lot of fancy preparation or specialized materials. So teachers can adapt it to various lesson plans and content areas within social studies. Then, adaptable across content. So social studies covers a wide range of topics from history and geography to government and economics. So the lecture discussion approach can be effectively used to teach any of this subject because it allows for flexibility in how information is presented and discussed. The second advantage is its greatest strength lies in its efficiency in imparting information since teachers transfer the same amount of knowledge to all students in the classroom within a short period of time. So also, the structured content and allotted time for comprehension monitoring aids in mastery of learning, which can in turn improve students' achievement. It described two main advantages of lecture discussion. First, efficient knowledge transfer. So this refers to the ability of a lecturer to deliver a large amount of information to the entire class quickly. The teacher acts as a central source, ensuring everyone receives the same foundational knowledge base. So this can be particularly useful for introducing new topics or establishing key facts. The second one is structured learning for mastery. So the lecture discussion method provides a clear structure. Then the lecture portion ensures everyone receives the core information. Then the discussion allows the teacher to check understanding through formative assessment like quick quizzes and adjust the piece if needed. So this focus on comprehension helps students master the learning objective, potentially leading to improved overall achievement. Okay, lastly, by utilizing a wide range of questioning, the teacher engages students in different ways of thinking, from concrete to abstract, from convergent to divergent, and from lower order to critical and creative thinking skills. This highlights one of the key advantages of lecture discussion. It's because it promotes a variety of thinking skills in students through the use of different types of questions. So overall, by asking different types of questions, the lecture discussion strategy helps students think more deeply and engage with the material in various ways, leading to a richer understanding. Okay, we already know naman kung unsa ang lecture discussion, ang steps niya, and of course, ang advantage niya. So now, let's get to know ang mga tips sa lecture discussion. First steps is plan the lesson in detail and practice your presentation. So this means having a clear structure, knowing the information well, and rehearsing beforehand. So vocal delivery is very important in lecture discussion, manjud no? So speak clearly, vary your pace and volume, and project your voice for all students to hear. So plotting your questions and planning explanation for young learners will help you anticipate their needs and ensure the information is presented in a way they can understand. Okay, the second tips is be brief in the presentation of the lesson. So elementary students have a short attention span manjod. So aim for concise explanation and insert activities like games, experiments, or group discussion to keep them engaged. The third tips is use a questioning script to develop your questions. So this refers to a list of questions planned beforehand to guide the discussion. So this question should move from basic knowledge recall to higher order thinking skills like analysis and evaluation. So Bloom taxonomy of the cognitive domain, or Table 1 and Table 2, are frameworks that categorize different levels of thinking skills and can help you create appropriate questions. So avoid bias or yes or no questions. Okay, the fourth tips is to increase the effectiveness of delivery. Use numerous concrete examples, media and graphic or visual organizers. So concrete examples are relatable and help students grasp abstract concepts. So media can include images, videos, or music to enhance engagement. So graphic or visual organizers like concept maps, semantic waves, or Venn diagrams help students visualize relationship between ideas. The fifth tips is pose occasionally after giving questions. So give student time to think and formulate responses. So rephrase question if ang student don't understand the questions. Okay, the last steps is lecture discussion works best in moderation and integrated with other strategies. So using it every day can lead to boredom. So combine lecture discussion with activities, simulations, project, or other teaching method to create a dynamic and engaging learning environment. As you can see no, sa ato na presentation, I have there a sample daily lesson plan. So we will going to analyze how the lecture discussion strategy is utilized in the elementary social studies classroom. Okay. Based on the sample daily lesson plan, it appears to be a lesson plan in Araling Panlipunan or social studies. So here are some elements we found in the lesson plan that are generally applicable to effective instruction. So including lecture discussion. It shows there the grade level, which is 4, the learning area, which is Araling Panlipunan, and the quarter is ikalawa. Okay, sa objective niya, kay ipakita dito ang learning objectives and content standard. So, the content standard provides a broader context for the lesson objectives. So, outlining the overall knowledge or skills students are expected to develop. And then the learning objectives, the lesson plan outlines objectives for the students which they are expected to achieve by the end of the lesson. Okay, the procedure part. So, before the lesson, na siya paganyak or motivation 7 minutes. So, students watch a music video about the Philippines. The teacher follow-ups the questions to activate prior knowledge and connect to the lesson topic. So, what places were shown in the music video? And have you been to any of these places? And then, paglalahad ng mga layunin at paksa sa presentation of objectives and topic. So, 3 minutes. So, the teacher presented the learning objective for the lesson, informing students that they will learn about heritage sites as part of Philippine culture. And then, during the lesson, na siya pagtalakay. So, discussion, 15 minutes. So, we notice how this section is labeled as lecture discussion. So, it incorporates aspect of both. So, naadya, the teacher likely present information on heritage site using a lecture format. So, this may involve explaining what heritage sites are and why they are important. So, possible discussion prompts after the mini lecture. So, can you give example of heritage sites in the Philippines? So, students discuss based on their prior knowledge and the video. And then, why do you think it's important to preserve heritage sites? So, encourage critical thinking and discussions. Then, paglalahat. So, generalization, 5 minutes. So, the teacher leads a discussion to summarize the main points about the heritage sites. Then, paglalapat or application, 15 minutes. So, student work on a project where they create a semantic wave or graphic organizer to show how heritage sites are connected to Filipino culture. So, this activity helps solidify their understanding through application. And then, pagtataya or assessment, 5 minutes. So, the teacher assess student learning through the completed semantic waves. So, this can involve group presentation or individual evaluation of the waves. Okay, so overall, this lesson plan effectively integrates lecture discussion to introduce new information, engage students in critical thinking, and reinforce learning through application. So, ang lesson plan, Jod, ang kanina lesson plan is nakuha jud niya tanan, na-incorporate niya tanan ang atong mga steps nga gidiscuss nato earlier. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope this reporting has given you a better understanding of how to effectively combine lecture and discussion formats in your teaching. So in conclusion, lecture discussion can be a powerful tool to engage students and deepen their understanding of the material. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank you.